Guys, it's very important that all crypto investors get this message. Guys, the window is closing. The window for opportunity is closing. Before long, crypto is going to get to prices, altcoins are going to get to prices that you will not be able to purchase the amount you want to purchase. Of course, I can't give you financial advice. All I can tell you is welcome to the Ben Armstrong Crypto Show. The Ben Armstrong Crypto Experience, of course, brought to you by Stake. But the point is, when it comes to what's happening right now in the markets, it's very fascinating. We continue to see all of these altcoins doing well. The Bitcoin associated projects, Ordi, Stacks, doing really well. You see several altcoins. Avalanche has been, killing it in the last, season. Solana doing well. Ethereum doing well. Bitcoin challenging 45K. A lot of stuff is happening right now. The thing is in most cases, I would tell you, it's okay. Just wait for a pullback. Wait for a pullback. There's a problem though, guys. The problem with this is that there may not be a pullback from these levels. There will be a pullback eventually, but you don't want to wait for a pullback. Then you get a pullback, but that pullback is above where you could have bought it at originally, right? Like, let's say right now Solana is at $63 approximately. Let's say the price of Solana goes up to $70. It goes up, absolutely phenomenal. However, if you're not taking profits from that and moving into other stuff, you're not going to really do well. But when you are making gains with coins, it is very, very important that you think about how it's factoring into the entire market. And let's say you were to buy, something. Solana. I was talking about Solana.
Yeah, that was the one.
Solana soldiers. If you're in Solana and you want to buy it at 63, and you don't, and it runs up to 70, and then it pulls back to 64, did you win? No. The answer is no. When your pullback point is higher than where you could have just got in with, then that's not effective. So there are a few ways to handle this. Number one is just when you miss entries, just don't get in. You just missed it, is what it is. You missed it, started running, and you just will not focus on that coin anymore unless it pulls back to a level you're comfortable with. And that's important, is to know what levels you're comfortable with certain coins. With Solana right now, I'd be really comfortable with $50. Like, that would be great if it went down to $50. I don't know if it's going to do that again. I think when it runs up to 70 here pretty soon, it's probably not going to return to below, 58 or 59, maybe this entire bull run. There's a point in these altcoin rallies where they don't return to previous levels until after the bull run, and we're right at that place right now. That's why this video is so important, and I'm trying to explain to you guys, to amplify this to you, that you're gonna miss out if you don't do it soon. A dollar cost average is great, but you're going to miss this entire price level, in my opinion, if you don't soon. And here is why. The Bitcoin ETF. This is the perfect storm, guys. We do not want this Bitcoin ETF for as long as we can get it, because it's very clear at this point, we are going to be getting one. It is going to get approved. It is going to be spot, exactly like we want. However, we don't know when it's coming. What that means is we are not going to get a major retracement. We're not going to get a 20% retracement while this ETF news is hanging out there. Do you agree, John?
Probably.
Show yourself, John.
What's up?
There's John. The fact is, the John vibes, guys. The hippie version of me is what they say. But the truth is that, like a lot of these coins, they're not going to return to these previous levels. And that doesn't mean you take positions at dumb times. Like, you don't want to buy it on a pump, but if it pulls back somewhat, that's when you would want to enter. Don't buy it when it's making new all-time highs. Wait till it pulls back a little bit. But I'm not convinced that all these coins are going to get there, because we have got the perfect storm brewing in this market, guys. Bitcoin ETF is the biggest thing going really on the internet right now, except for the world's largest social casino, Stake. Make sure that you guys check out Stake. You can check out the QR code on the screen, or you can check out the link down in the description. It's the world's biggest social casino where you can play games, have fun, chat with babes all day. It's probably a dude, hate to tell you. Maybe you're into that. But the fact is, you can buy cool coins and you can win prizes and redeem those with Stake Cash. It's a really cool system. You guys check it out. The main sponsor and partner of the Ben Armstrong Crypto Experience. But the point being here, guys, is that this news hanging out there means we're not going to get a giant retracement. We get a 5% retracement, maybe. Could Bitcoin return to 42K? Maybe. Potentially, yeah, of course it could. But are we going to go back to 37K? No, not with this ETF news hanging out there. We could see a wick appear. We could see a wick appear in the last week of the year when people are harvesting tax gains. We could see a wick down. I suspect we will see that. December will probably climb over 50. December 31, we're probably going to see it go back in that time frame down back to probably 45 if we go above 50. That's where the retracement point will be.
Never going below 42.
47.
47.
47 is the one I said was never going below in the last bull market, and that was because it was at 50 something, heading up towards 70, and I believed it was going to go to 120 to 150K, and it didn't happen, and obviously then it retraced. So, everything doesn't go according to plan. You guys really got to understand that having this hopium out there just hanging above us is extremely good news. And you have to understand that even after the ETF happens, and we're going to get a spike in price. If the ETF came out right now, I think Bitcoin would go to 70K.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Within a week, probably. I think that's what we're going to see. Now, if it's already at 70K when it happens, and I think that's potential. I think potentially that could happen if it's late in quarter one of next year. I think it would be in January. I think Bitcoin will probably be around 50, 55, maybe. Maybe retrace a little bit, maybe go back in the 40s, but it's going to be in a good spot. But as long as it's hanging above our head, it's like a magnet. That ETF is pulling Bitcoin up like a magnet to the levels that were previous resistance that it now wants to flip into support. And we've seen that at several different levels, 38K, 40K, 42K, 44K. We're seeing those numbers, we're seeing those levels, and that magnet is pulling the price up. Well, guys, keep in mind that this bull run is set up better than any bull run in history, guys. We have the last rate hike. This month, we know it. Next year, we've got rates going down. Any day now, probably next month, we're going to see the Bitcoin spot ETF has to be settled in Bitcoin. Institutional buyers everywhere are going to have to automatically load up on Bitcoin without a lot of liquidity in the market already. Okay, think about that. Then we're going to have the return of quantitative easing. That's going to come in the end of 2024 or 2025. That is going to send things through the roof again, probably. I could potentially see us having another double top type bull run, except this time maybe more like the previous iteration of the double top in 2013, 2014, where we did go astronomically higher the second time. I could see something like that heading into the halving, the price retraces 25%, 30%, and then as we head into the post-halving part of the bull run, that's when we get the second run. I tend to think that's probably what we're going to see here. But there's so much good news. Then you look for Ripple IPO, Ethereum spot ETF. These are the next narratives, guys. These are the next big narratives that are going to be driving the market after the ETF. And besides the regular economy, the stock market doing well, the stock market getting ready to print. And it's really interesting, John, because a guy I really like is Blockchain Backer. And Blockchain Backer, he looks at the cycles, but he doesn't subscribe to the theory that they'll continue that way. And one thing that he believes, he thinks that the 4-year cycles have nothing to do with Bitcoin. He think it or with the price. He believes it just so happens that every 4 years, the stock market is also making a new all-time high. And if you're looking at NASDAQ right now, it looks like it's ready to climb back up. And it's very interesting because the traditional markets are looking better. Some things still out of whack. Inflation going down, unemployment going up. That's a good thing for this market. I know it sounds bad, but it is, factually. So there's a lot of things happening right now that are really pushing us to this place of kind of knowing where crypto is going, which is a very exciting future. In the near term, not the long term. And when I say near term, I mean for the next 1 year solid, like things are going to be real fun and real exciting. After that, I believe it's probably going to be another 6 or 8 months, maybe. I think I'm actually probably now targeting April, around tax time, for the end of this bull run of 2025, not 2024. But of course, potentially 2024, we'll see what happens. But April 2024 will be when we're getting the halving. And then 1 year after that, it runs up parabolically. We would have started 6 months before, so you usually have a year and a half of run up. So it's actually definitely possible. I believe that we probably are going to see the end of this bull run around tax time of 2025. I was saying July 1st, and I'm going to probably continue using that number for my price predictions so they're consistent, but I'm now thinking it probably is more like April, and I need that date to be able to calculate the supply. And so I'm gonna have the supply calculated for all these coins on June 1st, not July 1st, June 1st of 2025, but I actually believe bull run is going to end in April. The last bull run peaked, not the second peak, the first peak peaked in April, and of course May it crashed, but April around the Coinbase IPO is when it actually went to the peaks. So we're looking at this perfect bull run. We're looking at this window for Bitcoin accumulation, XRP accumulation. Your XRP accumulation is almost over. I will tell you guys that. You are almost done being able to accumulate XRP. This thing is going to run to $1 so quick it's going to make your head spin. I am very confident in that. When XRP finally starts to rip, and it's about to go. I got on the high IQ indicator, highiq.store, we just got an entry on XRP on the freaking daily chart. A daily chart entry with XRP. Guys, XRP is about to rip in the coming weeks. I can feel it. Before Christmas, I believe, we're going to be at $1. No, I'm not saying for sure. Right now, what I believe is probably by Christmas, we are going to be around $1. And that is going to be real exciting for everybody in the XRP army as we start calculating out how high it can go. One of the other things during this time period that just goes on to just show you guys, this is another narrative that's going to be extremely beneficial for crypto. John, what are the top countries in the world for population? Do you know?
Probably India and China would be my guess.
Yeah, India and China would be your guess. I believe we are number 3. Nigeria is number 4. I think Nigeria's going to catch us by 2050. Did you know that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Nigeria's going to compete with
a lot about that.
It's going to compete with China and India actually for highest population in 100 years. But I digress. Point is, when you look at India, it's one of the largest countries in the world. I think actually, it's getting ready to pass China in population if it hasn't already. So anyways, the point being, India has now decided, right now it is December, right? So if we were going to go 18 months from now, that would be May of 2025. Do you remember when I said the bull run would end?
I didn't.
April 2025. April 2025. That's my approximate day right now that I'm going to go with. The fact is, when you look at when the potential end of this bull run is, in my opinion, probably about April to June sometime, 2025, India just made a big announcement that they're going to push off working on and ratifying whatever their language is, a crypto bill. How many months do you think they said they were going to wait on that?
3 months. What was it? 3 months? Was it 3 months?
18 months.
18 months. Oh,
and why is that important? Because that bill will be coming in at the exact same time the bull run should be ending. As we head back into the bear market, we're going to go back into regulation concerns. There are going to be a lot more problems, obviously, that are going to pop up based on this bull run and greed and scams and, you know, what pump and dumps and what happens in these kinds of runs where everybody gets too greedy. Or not everybody, but a lot of people get too greedy. And then people make losses and then they want to get their gains back in an easy way instead of doing it the way they got in the first place, which is slow and methodical. You know, there's a lot of things that occur. And I think it's not an accident that they pushed it out this far. The Indian people are smart. Their IT people are smart. We know that. And I believe that they know what is coming. The leadership over there do. India and China work very closely together. China's probably telling them, hey, we're getting ready to pump crypto, because I believe they're going to. And I think they're going to use crypto to get bricks off the ground.
Interesting.
I think that's a theory to look at there. I think that's potentially what we're going to see. But guys, you're just seeing everything in alignment now. There's nothing. All we have for this entire next bull run are literal exciting things that we know factually are probably going to happen or are factually likely to happen. Last rate cut, we know that's happening this month. Rate hike, last one this month. We know that's happening. Rate cuts, we know they said there's probably 2 coming next year. Bitcoin ETF, we know that it's coming. Ethereum ETF, possibly by the end of this bull run. By the end of the bull run, it's possible we get that approval as well. Good chance it goes in the bear market or waits until the beginning of the next bull market, maybe. But I think that's a good, strong narrative as well. Return of quantitative easing. Guys, they have to print money again at some point. The whole fiat system is a scam. We know that. They have to print money. They can't go forever, and they can't go a long time either, so it'll probably go about 2 years. And then return the quantitative easing, or 3 years, whatever it'll end up being at that point. They cut it off in 2022, so I guess it would probably be maybe 3 years before they bring it back. But they are going to bring it back at some point. That's not a question. It is going to happen, and you guys need to be prepared. Going into the last bull run, we had 0 good narratives. We had a possibility of an ETF. I mean, you guys saw what happened with that. That certainly couldn't carry us through the whole thing. And thank God for COVID. It might sound a little weird, especially if you have someone that died. Obviously, we don't mean it in terms of death or sickness. We just mean it in terms of for the investing, because COVID is what led to a lot of those gains in 2021 that maybe counterbalanced some of the stuff even that Sam was doing. COVID set us up for a lot of that. It set us up for people to be looking at different kinds of assets other than fiat currency. And that's why crypto and gold got so big during that time, and of course other things as well. There were other investments. How far would Bitcoin have gone without COVID? I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have even passed 50K, and we would have been excited with 50K. But the COVID crash led us to believe that things were going to be bad for a very long time, and in fact they bounced back very quickly and got very good And that was the narrative, the free money they were handing out, right? This bull run's a lot different because all that stuff was off the cuff. At least for the average person, they had no idea that was coming. Maybe the elite at the top did. But in this market, we already know the things that are coming that are going to make this a delicious bull run. Delicious, absolutely delicious bull run. Make it absolutely exciting, and I think this is a good chance. I've never felt stronger about a chance for a super cycle than I do right now at this moment about this bull run. Look how high we are already. I told you guys if we were at 50,000 or above going into the halving, super cycle's on. We're already almost $50,000, and we are still 4 months, 5 months maybe from the halving. So guys, it's very important that you guys tighten up your crypto investment strategy. I can't give you financial advice, obviously, but I can tell you a good, effective way that crypto people have put together successful crypto portfolios in the past. We're going to be leaning on AJ a lot more for some of these portfolio discussions going forward because he's kind of the portfolio expert. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget, guys, sign up for BitGet. Do us a favor. We're about to do a really big promotion with BitGet, so make sure you guys go check it out. I got a link down in the description. We'll pop a QR code on the screen. BitGet is our, one of our trading sites of choice, of course, along with VMAX. We do have a new one that doesn't do KYC. We're going to be debuting. Still haven't got the Plow ID. Can't wait for that. If you need that, QR code on the screen too. Guys, listen, make sure to hit that like button on the way out because you know you want to smash, whether I'm driving or not. Be blessed.